Moving on, here's another thing that, you get in the habit of posting, right? And now, you've got these convenient little drop downs and you can post to these little groups. A lot of times people don't do the drop down. They just post to everybody. And guess what? It goes to everybody. So now you just had a wonderful time having margaritas with your friend when you told your boss you were sick that day. So here's another thing. I'm going to revert back over to company pages just really quickly. I don't have a lot of time to talk about this. Clearly, it can be an extremely valuable tool. Look at a business line TP's created. You can duplicate that in other industries. Probably not nearly as sexy or fun. But having said that, the insights that you can get now in Facebook are really outstanding, to the point where, say for example, your boss tells you, I want you to manage our Facebook page. You can actually quantify your growth, your activities, everything else. Golden rules of Facebook. Have a meaningful profile picture. In other words, not the one that you were in college over enjoying life. Private profile, we discussed that. Choose your friends wisely. You don't have to accept every Facebook friend. It's okay not to accept people in your lives. Be careful, reply all. This happens all the time, right? Someone sends you a really cool message. And maybe it's a photo of yourself that you've been tagged in, and then you reply to everybody. Your boss can be one of those. Think before posting, as we discussed. Be careful what you like and you don't like. So LinkedIn, I'm going to take kind of a deep dive into some key fundamental channels and how we can use them. And again, it's going to vary whether or not you're an executive trying to represent your company, or if you're a professional marketer actually representing your company on a paid basis. But from an executive standpoint, your LinkedIn profile, it's not a static resume, guys. You have to maintain it. You have to go in there frequently. You have to update it. You don't just publish this once and walk away. Another thing is, talk about your current activities. You have a lot of opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity in the summary area and in other areas to talk about what you're currently doing. The one interesting thing is that when I first started on LinkedIn several years ago, you couldn't post in there. It was just kind of like, here's your profile, and that was it. Now, it's a publicly traded company, by the way, and now you can post just like you do with Facebook. So you can keep it dynamic and interactive and that sort of thing. So some quick golden rules of LinkedIn. Pimp out your profile, make it interactive, keep it current, post a lot, right? And when I say post a lot, it doesn't take long for you guys to curate content. In other words, hang out with the people that you respect and admire. Tell them to send you an email once in a while when they have an article. Go do a search yourself. And it's very easy to curate content. In other words, if you come across really compelling content, to take that long URL, throw it into a tiny URL. What's a good tiny URL website? Social media manager back there in the black suit? Yes? How do I convert a long URL into a tiny URL? What's a good website for that? Sure? Yeah. Bit.ly. So bit.ly is really quick. There's great tracking and measurement on it. You can determine what of your content is being clicked on. Anyhow, so golden rules of Twitter, get personal, be yourself, no empty suits. If you have a point of view, get it out there, say it. But always, before you press post, think twice about what you're about to say. How is this going to affect you? Is this going to come back to you? For example, if you represent Marriott hotels, and you just went on a vacation to New York City, you stayed at the Marriott Central Park, you have horrible service there. You found, a pubic hair, God forbid, in your sheets. And I'm sorry that just came to mind, but I'll put it out there. And so you found that, and you're like, what is this? I have to tweet about this right now. And that goes out onto the web, and it's associated to you. And then you're like, no! Marriott is my customer. Why did I say that? Now, thankfully, you can delete those. But if you didn't have the wherewithal to think about what the ramifications of that were, and then your customer, your client, Marriott, is your friend and he's following you, and now you're belittling and degrading his company. This happens all the time, guys. You have to think carefully about what the repercussions are going to be. Anyhow, so some other things that we talked about: use hashtags and handles, use the tiny URLs. Don't tweet about yourself, guys. I mean, this whole thing about braggadocio, it really sucks. Like how great I am, and how cool am I, and where am I going, and what did I just buy, and that's just nonsense. That brings no value to anybody.
Just